Hey everybody, it's me, Moody Boo, and I am back with another single perfume review, even though there's two in the picture, because today I'm officially, whatever, reviewing Maison Crivelli's Patchouli Magnetik, but it does remind me a bit of Lovely Patchouli by Krigler. So I just, in case you are familiar with Lovely Patchouli, I thought it would be good to kind of give you some ins and outs of how I think they compare to one another. I'm not in front of the camera today because we just got back from vacation. It's Father's Day, and I'm just being a lazy bum. So I just decided to try to knock out a quick review while my husband was busy with something else, because I don't want to spend time on Father's Day doing this when I should be hanging out with him. So anyway, okay, third time's a charm. Patchouli Magnetik is patchouli, benzoin, white peach, vanilla, sandalwood, gardenia, and leather. This is beautiful. Of course, anybody that's watched my channel knows that Lovely Patchouli is one of my all-time favorite patchoulis ever. One of my favorite perfumes. It's a desert island perfume. Patchouli Magnetik gives it a bit of a run for its money, to be really honest with you. Now, Patchouli Magnetik, I checked the notes, and Fragrantica had it pretty much right from Maison Crivelli's website, but they had it completely wrong for Krigler's Lovely Patchouli. So the notes for Lovely Patchouli are amber, musk, patchouli, red fruits, and vanilla. So you can see that there are definitely some crossover notes. The fruits, the patchouli, the vanilla, the ambery kind of notes are in both. The difference, I think, for one, I think Patchouli Magnetik performs better than Lovely Patchouli. And I have no issues with Lovely Patchouli's performance. But Maison Crivelli's really can be a beast. So I max do 2 sprays with it. It's so beautiful. And it's one of those, when you first spray it, you actually get the benzoin and I think the sandalwood. And honestly, that's when I get the most leather, is at the top. It's almost as if the base notes and the top notes have been reversed as far as when you experience them. Whereas Lovely Patchouli, it's the opposite. You kind of go in the right order with them. But with this one, the benzoin, the sandalwood, and the leather, I think are very strong. And you do get some of that vanilla in the beginning. But once it dries down, the gardenia, and the patchouli is there throughout on both of them. But the gardenia and the peach, the white peach, come out. And you know I'm not a big fan of white peach. But this is not one of those dry, fuzzy kind of tart peaches. This is a sweet, almost candied kind of peach. And it mixing with the gardenia and then those heavier notes like the sandalwood, the leather, and the benzoin and patchouli, it's just stunning. Now, Lovely Patchouli, I think it is mainly the red fruits, vanilla, and the patchouli and the amber. I don't get a lot of musk out of the Krigler. But it's fairly linear. What you get at the top is what you get at the dry down, which for the most part, which is okie dokie with me because I love it. It's just this sweet, juicy, kind of fruity, like almost a red apple kind of fruity, a sweet red apple, kind of a patchouli. And now the Patchouli Magnetik, they do smell similar, but I think that the Krigler is a bit sweeter. Now, when you first spray the Maison Crivelli is when you get most of those base notes, is what I'm interpreting. But then it does get sweeter the longer you wear it. It gets way sweeter. And honestly, it's the dry down where I think they smell the most alike. Because the Lovely Patchouli is very linear. It starts off sweet, it ends sweet. Whereas Maison Crivelli, it doesn't start out quite as sweet. It's a little more resinous and patchouli kind of an aroma when you first wear it, and then it sweetens up and when some of those fruits kick in. Now, honestly, the gardenia and the white peach and the vanilla, they blend so well on the Maison Crivelli that I can't really pick out peach. Maybe that's a good thing, because I do just get that sweet candied kind of peach, but I'm not even sure it's peach or just fruits that I'm getting per se. I'm really sensitive to peach, and so I just don't notice it that much, but I do notice the fruits, sweet candied kind of fruits. A lot like Lovely Patchouli, because it's got the sweet red fruits in it as well. But with the Maison Crivelli, it doesn't really kick in until the dry down, in my opinion. And same with the vanilla, it really doesn't amp up until the dry down, along with the gardenia. Now, does that mean it becomes super sweet and cloying? No, not in the least. It's so addictive to me. Now, it is sweet. So if you're one of these people that like a good fougere, a chypre, a freshie, and don't like sweet perfumes, it's probably not going to be one for you. If you like patchouli, but you don't like it sweet, this isn't going to be one for you. But if you like sweet, almost gourmandy, kind of fruity patchoulis, then boy, you should really look into Maison Crivelli or Krigler, either one. They're just both divine. The problem lies with the price. They're both so expensive that if you're going to have a sweet, gourmandy, fruity kind of patchouli, I would pick one or the other because they are expensive. They're both like $250, $300, right in there for 50 ml. And Krigler's you can only get on their website. Krigler doesn't really sell anywhere else that I found. Maison Crivelli sells at a lot of places. This one I got at Lucky Scent, I believe. As far as the performance on both of them, I kind of touched upon that earlier. Lovely Patchouli does not perform quite as well as Maison Crivelli. I get, with Lovely Patchouli, I get 8 hours out of it pretty easily. But with Maison Crivelli, on my skin, at least 10 to 12. On my clothes, I sprayed it on my lounging clothes, and I could still smell it when I was putting it in the laundry 2 days later. So it was sitting in the clothes hamper and pulled it out and absolutely could smell it as if I had just sprayed it. So, like I said, be careful with the trigger on this one. As far as the season, because they are really sweet, you have to be careful. Now, I have worn Lovely Patchouli in the summertime. I feel like it performs a little better with kind of moderate temps. Nothing too hot, nothing too cold. And if you hit that Goldilocks zone, you'll get about 8 hours out of it. With Maison Crivelli, I think you could really wear this a little more. It's a little more versatile. So I think because it doesn't start off quite so sweet, I think this could be a year-round perfume. It just would, both of them would have to be nighttime. You really could not wear these during the day because they are pretty sweet and pretty intense, and patchouli, you got to be careful with during the day. What am I saying? You got to be careful. You don't have to do a damn thing. I am careful with wearing patchouli during the day. To me, that's one of those notes that's more of a nighttime kind of unless it's a real fresh, earthy, light kind of patchouli, then maybe you could get away with it. But yeah, I wouldn't wear these during the day. They have a little bit of, I don't want to say sexy, but a little bit of sensualness to them. And because they're sweet, I think Lovely Patchouli is a hint more on the feminine side, or will be interpreted that way, just a tick or two. Now, Patchouli Magnetik, I don't think it's as feminine. I think it's much more unisex than Krigler's. And I think that, like I said, you could wear it year-round, both nighttime. As far as the occasion, absolute fun and frivolity, festivities, possibly frisky. It's really, I think, could be very versatile. I think they both could be very versatile in that regard. It absolutely could be a signature scent to the Maison Crivelli because it is unique, but it's not so niche that it would put people off, I don't think. Because there's a gal that I work with that wears heavy patchouli oil to work. I know, we work in an allergy clinic and she knows better. But she still does. And it's too much. It's way too much for the workplace. That's all I'm saying. And it's, to me, way too much for a daytime. But I do think since Maison Crivelli is much more versatile, that also helps it to become a signature scent. Just wanted a quick knockout of Patchouli Magnetik by Maison Crivelli and just give you a little impromptu comparison to what I think it smells most similar to in my collection anyway, which is Lovely Patchouli by Krigler. So both outstanding perfumes, outstanding perfumes. I am really getting into Maison Crivelli. I've said before, I've got the Discovery pack, and I have Maison Crivelli's Iris as well that I'll be doing a review of. And there may be at least one or two more out of the Discovery pack that I really love that I'll end up with. But the Patchouli Magnetik and the Hibiscus one seem to be more expensive than the rest of his offerings. So I don't know if it's the red bottle or what that amped up the price, or if the notes cost more or what. If you don't want to pop for something this spendy, there's other perfumes of his that are more affordable, more in the mid-range range. I don't know what that was. Anyway, okay. So I guess that's about it. I pretty much hit all the points that I care to, and I think my husband's waiting for me. So I'm going to go spend the rest of Father's Day with him and enjoy our last few hours of vacation. So I thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your patience. I hopefully will get this posted today. But if not, I'll get it posted Monday, but you guys won't know until it's posted what I'm saying. So I don't know why I'm saying it, but you know, that's what I do, is just jibber jabber on and on. All right, everybody, you have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.